Hey everyone, it's Karmyn with KT Vocal Studio, and today we're going to talk about the Gug exercise. Okay, so before we start, again, if you haven't seen my Just the Basics video, please pause here and go back and watch that so you'll understand the posture and the breathing and a few things that I talk about that may be different than other studios that you've been in before. And I'm going to do this video and assume that you already know all those things. So please do that, and then you can continue and start back here. So again, I was talking about doing the exercises in a certain position and in a certain order, and to say that better, in a certain order. And the Gug and the Gug are very important because they kind of help you thicken up your chords a little bit more, especially if you've been very nya 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 and a lot of nay 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 and squeezy when you've done other exercises. And this is going to help balance that sound. And again, teachers, if you have a student who is very, very brassy, these two exercises are the Gug that I did before this one, and the Gug exercises are very good at balancing. You're getting some thickness to the chords. And if you don't feel the sensation thickening a little bit more, don't overdo it, don't force, just go as high as comfortable. Again, we've got that moment before feeling with the G sound that I explained in the Gug. We have that where we take our breath in naturally, we hold our breath just a little bit, and then we let the sound out because we have to have some subglottal pressure to let the chords come out and let them vibrate. So on this one, we're using the G sound again, the voiced of the two cognates. And the same thing with the Gug as with the Gug. As you get higher, if it gets kind of tedious and something's going on, use a little bit of the K up there, just a little bit, but always come down on the G sound, on the voiced sound of the consonant. So as we're doing this, I'm going to do the same type of thing. Again, you're going to have so I want it to be more of a sad feeling. I like to always joke and say like it's an old man, a little bit, and you have that nice open throat, but it's Gug, 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 Gug. So it's like a hey, hey. It always feels behind because I talk about singing down and back. This is really going to start feeling kind of behind you, and that's what you want, because I talked about the acoustic feeling here, and again I talk about the acoustics as your body understanding a sound that you're making lower as opposed to higher. It's going to feel different. Your vocal cords do not move, do not magically move anywhere, and you don't, when you think about all these things, the natural way of doing it, you don't really have to overthink about the tilt. It'll just kind of kick in and do its little thing, its little elbow tilt or rocking back. So, okay, let's start again on that B flat and get that sad kind of feeling. Gug, 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 gug. Gug, 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 gug. Gug, 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 gug. Gug, 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 gug. And again, as you go up into your tilt, like I'm getting on a D, which is one of my least favorite notes to hit, like, because it's kind of in my tilt where it wants to either be operatic or wants to be, straight on, or wants to belt. So I have to know what I'm doing in the song and how to sing it that particular way. And so when you're doing that, start thinking a little bit of a K if you're having a problem or you feel like it's too much pressure. Also, if you have too much pressure, don't take in so much breath. You need breath, but you don't need an overload of breath, like you're doing it twice in a row, which people do that one. Do this twice in a row, but you're just doing it once. So just take an adequate amount of breath and you'll start figuring it out as you do it. So Gug, 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 sad. Gug, 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 Gug. And also you'll start feeling your support down below wanting to help you. And on that first note, accent it. So accent that E right now, E4, and then let the top note happen, and then accent the bottom note again. It just kind of gives you a buoyancy to kind of, okay, I'm going to be strong, and then you're going to let that sound go up, and you're going to come back down easily. So Gug again. Gug, 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 Gug. Gug, 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 Gug. Gug, 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 Gug. Also, you don't want to go gag, gag, gag. Sometimes people do that. It's got to be and if you feel yourself like going Gug, 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 or squeezing, go ahead and stop and go back down. Or just stop and let the exercise go up and then follow the exercise back down. You want to think and think very narrow. So I'm on an F sharp right now. Gug, 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 and then we'll go down. Gug, 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 gug. Gotta think, Gug, 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 gug. Gug, 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 gug. Gug, 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 gug. Two more. Gug, 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 gug. Last one. Gug, 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 gug. So it's kind of that old man feeling when you're up there, and that kind of helps narrow you a little bit. So you're kind of narrowing your vocal tract back there, but don't overthink it. Just kind of think narrow, and hopefully it'll work for you. If it doesn't, please let me know. I can only cover so many issues, and a lot of times I have to hear. So a lot of you guys are like, oh, I'm doing this and that and the other, and your adjectives may not be the same adjectives I use, so I would have to hear it. So the ideal way, because I can't listen to everybody who sends me stuff, I can't listen to all of it, and I appreciate you sending all of your stuff. However, getting a small voice lesson from me is the easiest and most efficient way for me to hear you and help you assess and readjust the way you're doing an exercise. I try to keep my prices down low. If you want someone to donate to you, I have a donation page where someone can donate a lesson to you, and they'll put your name in there, something like that. Your grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, or whoever, a friend, that can be helpful too. And it's KT Vocal Studio /donations. So yeah, just let me know your comments and your concerns and the things that you're having issues with on this, because I know these two exercises can be challenging, the Gug and the Gug, and it's very important that you do them properly. And so again, if you're going high and you start getting strained, just go back down, because I promise if you keep going to that same place and keep going back down, you'll get one step further, one step higher, if that is your goal, to get higher. So hope you liked this video, and I'll see you next time.